Okay, so I haven't got a notification is recording, so I'm
I
assuming
have.
it is. Oh, okay. There you go. So tell me what you were telling me earlier about this chart in particular, because one of the concerns I had was trying to make sense of this. And I thought there was like too much data on the chart, but you identified something that I hadn't thought of. So what specifically was it?
So I'm just looking at the trend arc. So at the moment, Canada is trending in the lower group. So with Japan and who else is down there? Iceland. Who's that yellow one there?
Which yellow one?
The one that we're really, Australia,
Yeah.
Singapore, Thailand. So I'm
Oh,
sort
there's
of
a way I
looking.
can just quickly. So I forgot this is interactive. So you just tell me which country and I can click on it right here. So there's Singapore, for example.
So I'm sort of thinking of Japan as a good line to want to emulate. They had
Yeah.
a very slow rise and it started to plank pretty quickly. So I would want to trend along that line as
Yeah.
opposed to the US and Italy, Spain, and Germany, who trended a lot higher, a lot faster, and are continuing to trend up.
Yeah.
So
So
as of
let's.
today's data, we've gone a little bit above the Japan baseline,
Who's we?
Canada.
Okay. Here, I'll just highlight that one. Yeah. That's Canada
So
there.
it's a steeper curve for sure, but that's sort of like the one that I'm looking at. So those countries that are Japan and below versus the ones that are above.
Yeah. So what I did is the ones that appeared more flatter is I made them solid lines, and the ones that I think are sort of going a little too rapidly up, I made dotted lines so that we could look at the ones. So the ones that are these ones here, like Japan, um, the UK is actually, I don't know why it doesn't have dots there because it is, maybe I haven't corrected that. But anyway, so the ones that really jumped out at me were the ones you told me earlier, which is Japan, Singapore. See how flat that is?
Yeah.
Thailand is interesting because look at the population, 70 million. So I like doing as close to close comparisons on population as well. Which one jumps out at you here that we haven't talked about? Anyone in particular?
So I think there's one that's not on here yet that I think is emerging, and it'll be very interesting to see. So I just added them to the data today, which is India.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how they trend. It's still pretty low. They're still pretty low in cases, but just based on the population, it'll be interesting to see compared to big population countries like the United States.
Yeah. Whoa, that's pretty big, man. That's for me when I can't, too sleepy. Okay. Okay. So is that the WHO data one?
Yeah. I just added India today.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna lock that. I'm gonna make sure that have you got them all in there because we'll plot it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The other thing that I did is on the core charts one today, I did a couple of sort of thinking that everybody keeps talking about these 14-day blocks. So
that's what that is. Is that what this is?
Yeah. So I just plotted every 2 weeks. So from January 27th to February 8th as the first 2 weeks, then February 9th to February 22nd, February 23rd to March 7th, and March 8th to March 21st.
Okay, so which one should I look at? Should we look at the
so I just wanted to see comparison. So for Italy, for example, the trend line is very steep. They jumped from 9 cases to many thousand in 2 weeks.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this part here, help me understand this chart. So this was week.
Yeah, the data points aren't plotting on that one. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's only took 2. So
yeah.
I just put in the number at the 2 week mark. So
Okay.
the first the 3,
Yeah.
is from January 27th. So that's on February 8th.
Okay.
And then the next one was on February 22nd. The 9 is from March the 7th. And
Okay.
then the top amount there for 4,700 and something is from March the 21st. So that's
Okay. So this is a 2-week period right here. Is that what you're saying? Like, no, this is a 2-week period, this part here.
yeah, the jump. Same with the next one
Holy
in
crap.
Canada. You can
Yeah.
see the 4. So this is over 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So we had 7 cases as of the 8th of February. We started
Yeah.
tracking data on the 27th of January. So that's the first 2-week period.
Yeah.
And then
And
the
then,
second 2-week period. And then the third 2-week period. But the last 2-week period from March the 8th, we were at 51 on March the 7th. March the
yeah,
8th, 21st, we went from 51 to 846.
over a 2-week period.
Yeah.
Well, I
So,
guess how
so
do
we
you
know we're
feel
in
just
it.
generally?
No, we're in
Huh?
it now.
We're in it
We
now.
know
Yeah.
we're in it now. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but the trend line is much flatter than Italy's.
Yeah. Where are you
Quite
seeing that?
steep.
Just here?
The trend line is the straight line that goes up.
Oh, I see. Right here. Yeah. Oh, this is Italy's trend line.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've done it for Italy and Canada. Did you do it for somebody else?
I did it for
Here's
the US as well.
for the
So they
past.
really jumped.
Yeah.
213 cases to 15,900 and 219 cases in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Their trend line is very similar to ours, though.
Yeah. It's interesting. Okay.
So
Well,
just
I don't want to make
propagate.
these too long. What I want to do with our with the data that all of us are crunching on this spreadsheet. I mean, that's all it is the spreadsheet. A Google Sheet is once they get up, sometimes it's helpful to have people chat. Here's how I'm um, interpreting this. And I hadn't thought about what you said earlier, which was, hey, I'm paying attention to where the countries that are flatlined, right? Which is what this chart is here, which is great.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too.